Good evening, guys. In this video, I'll be talking on this Sanli Environmental Limited, which is going on initial public for offering right now, and is expected to commence trading in the next few days. So, as a start, we start off with a disclaimer. This presentation is provided to you for general information only and does not constitute a recommendation in offer or solicitation to subscribe for, purchase, or sell the investment products mentioned herein. All right, let's begin. So what are we looking at today is Sanli Environmental Limited. All right, so as a start, all right, this IPO 49.5 million shares is going on placement shares. Basically, placement referring to private invitations to invest in this company. Whereas the 2.5 million shares, okay, 2.5 million shares is offered to retail investors at the price of 0.225 cents each. All right, so I think that this is a pretty good IPO. You guys can consider to go and apply for it at the ATM machine. All right, so what we can see here is that the bulk of it go towards the private investors, whereas only about 5% is really going towards the retail investors. All right, let's go on forward. So on this page two, okay, what it explains to you what this company does. This company largely involved in water management, basically some engineering solutions and treatment of raw waters and used water, and waste management for some treatment of refuse and incineration plants. All right. So basically, they do largely with water management. Okay. So going forward, okay. So this what is the prospect of this company, and what we as Singaporean we understand that we are heavily dependent on water for some small country with such high density populations. So I think a lot of us is also aware that PUB is also increasing Singapore desalination plants and encouraging industrials to really reuse the water. All right, so these are one of the several prospects you guys can read up here on what is the prospect for this company. To my opinion, I think that this is a pretty this company have a really good prospect. All right, so going on, okay, so what is their future plan and what do they need the funds for? So what we can see here is that they want to secure more projects at a larger scale. So basically, they want to expand. They want to use this 5.74 million as a working capital and to undertake more projects of a larger scale. All right. So they also want to expand more of their business premises and some another for the business development department to expand their presence into ASEAN, including Malaysia and Myanmar, Vietnam, and Indonesia. Right, so we can understand that our as an ASEAN country, now neighboring country, they may look at us on how to resanit, so-called purify all the waters. So we come to the financial highlights. This company since the 2014 to 2016 has been experiencing a very good continual earning growth rate. The revenue have been increasing very beautifully. So not only that, their net profit has also made very good profits, and their net profit margin is also equally very high, between the 9% to 10%. All right, and apart from that, they do have existing order book to keep their revenue coming. So given the growth trends and such a small country with expecting more influx of more residents, so I do expect the water consumption to continue to rise. So this is the financial highlights here. So I'm going to go on to page number 16. I'm not going to go through every page. There's 282 pages here. So I'm just going to jump to the critical points what we are looking at. So as a start, what we are looking here is that one of the Temasek subsidiaries, alright, what we are looking here is that let me just find it. Okay, Temasek Holding, this company, Heloconia Capital Management, wholly owned by Temasek, okay, have a small position in this company, okay. I'm not quite sure how much they have, but I do know that they already have a small fraction of ownership already invested in this company. All right. Okay, next I'm going to page number 20, PDF page 27. Okay, on the details of invitations. Okay, so the commence offering on the last, on 30th May. The closing date of application is 6th of June, which is just a few more days away, 4 more days, 12 noon. And the expected date of listing is 13th of June. So do take notes of the dates. This is based on Singapore time. Okay, so this is the date of offering. Now, a date of listing, sorry. I'm just going to go to page 32. So what we are looking at here is the earnings for the past 3 years and some unaudited earnings for this company. So what we can see here is that the revenue for the 9 months for financial year 2017 had been doing much better than the 9 months of 2016, and all we are expecting that the unaudited report already reported 1.83 cents earnings. So all in all, maybe the unaudited pro forma I look at 1.77. So personally, I do an average, do an estimation. So from here, we are actually looking at maybe actually approximate an earnings at 2.3 cents per share. All right. So this is how I get the earnings. I just do estimation. Basically, I just divide the 1.77 divided by 3, because 9 months is 3 quarters. Then add back to this 1.77 cents. Now we are going to page number 33. So here we are. This is the NAV of the shares before the listings. You are looking at 4.65. So after the listings, okay, basically you can refer later to page 55. Post IPO NAV is at 7.37 cents per share. So since the offer is at 22 cents, we're actually buying at a premiums at the IPO date. All right. So you guys, as an investor, you must also be aware of what is the assets value of the company and what is the earning prospects. So what we have worked out here is 7.37. Okay, this is what they have worked out. All right. Next, we are going to go on to page 38. Okay, so they actually draws out what is the plans on the IPO proceeds, how they are going to use it. So as what you're going to see here, they're going to expand their business operations and secure more projects of larger scale, expansion of business premises, invitation to business development department. Okay. Next, the rest, they're just going to pay for some of the fees, which amounted to maybe close to $2 million. Only $9 million goes towards the company. Okay, but nonetheless, I do see it. There's a lot of potential for this company. Next, we're going to page 59. Okay, so what we can see here is, likewise, they have worked out the NAV for you at 7.37 cents. And based on what they estimate EPS on their unaudited pro forma is at 2.12 cents. But personally, I think for this one, I'll just make a higher estimates at 2.3. All right. So but this is just really just a judgment call. There's no really right or wrong. So you guys can take these numbers as well during your calculations. But I take this number as my calculations at 2.3 cents. Okay, this is just a rough guide. So this is page 59. Next, I'm going to go to the dividend policy, which you guys are very interested. Okay, you guys can read through this, but I'm just going to jump straight to the point. Okay, on this paragraph 4, we currently do not have a fixed formal dividend policy. However, we do intend to recommend and distribute at least 20% of our net profits attributed to owners of the company for financial year 2018. So we can see that for financial 2017, I think they're not going to give anything. They may not give anything, but they may give something. For one thing for sure, 2018, they are very likely to give. So from there on, we work out on the net profit margin for financial year correction. I work out a dividend policy at this earnings at 2.3 cents at 20%. We work out that is 0.46 cents per share. So assuming the IPO price, we are looking at a dividend yield of 2% based on the IPO price. So on the good side of things is that the company earning a lot, but if you are a dividend holder, this company may not be able to reward you with a very high dividend policy, because this company is a high growth company. It's very unlikely that they are going to distribute a lot of profits to you, because if they're going to distribute a lot of profit to you, the competitors may come in and take away their business, their future business. So for such high growth company, it's very unlikely that they're going to distribute profits to you. But they may distribute more in the future, but tentatively for these few years, I do not see any likelihood. But nonetheless, to me, this is a pretty solid company. All right, now next we goes on to the page 69 of the PDF 69. So here we are. They have worked out the revenue calculations on the unaudited numbers for the 9 months 2017. You guys can actually go through them, but they have worked out that on the post invitation of the IPO, they are looking at 1.77 cents for the 9 months. Maybe you just work this out as full financial year. For the next 3 quarters, they may earn another 4 more or 5 more cents. Right? Okay, so here we are. Next, we are going to go to page 102. Okay, so here we can see, what we can see here is that this is the shareholding statistics of the company on the post IPO. Okay, just let me, okay. So on the post IPO, what we are looking at here is that this 4 persons, okay, they are the major shareholders of the company, right? So in from direct ownership, you are looking at 4.9% of 5555, and the another things to take note is that this Taifa Holding, okay, Taifa Holding owns 54% of this company, and Taifa Holding is respectively owned by this 4 person, right? As seen earlier, is the same name as shown on top. So indirectly, this 5% own this company, and this company owns 50% of this company. And from a direct viewpoint, they also directly own under their name as close to 5%. So the public will be holding close to 20%, and the pre-IPO, which is referring to maybe the subsidiary or Temasek, you are looking at 5.36, and some of the employees actually get to have some privilege on some shares, right? So they'll be holding 1% of the company. So or in all, this is a ship which is still by the captain, and the wealth of the captain is on board the ship as well. So do take note of their stewardship. So I do think that the company board of directors will work hard for this company as well, given their stakes in this company is pretty large. Okay, so this is the shareholding statistics. Next, we are going to go on to page 119. So here we can see is that the major customers that they have is from PUB and the National Environment Agency, and one more company from Chaizhou Construction. On the bulk, much of most of the customers, they actually business they have was coming from the PUB. So what we can see is that maybe the quotations the PUB can get from a contractor that can really meet the specifications is largely only this company. Okay, so for 9 months 2016, basically the bulk of it, or 99% of the business come from PUB. Quite interestingly, this is the Public Utilities Board of Singapore. So next, we're going to go to page 149. Okay, so you guys can read through the director's profile. One thing quite interesting here, what I do notice here, I just want to go straight to the point, is that besides this board of directors have some finance background, so he probably will be advising on the company on the financial position and what to do. Okay, but another person what we see is Mr. Sim Hot Ming. Actually, he have previously worked in the housing development board, if I'm not did not remember wrongly. So let me, I can't quite remember, let me just find out, give me a while. He's a freelance project manager. Okay, he has some electronics background, okay, from Singapore Poly. And okay, yes, he started his career as a technical officer in PU HDB in 1993, which is very long ago, which explains the reason he do have some governance background on how to secure the government contracts and the government requirements. Another officer what we can spot of directors here is that he have a lot of maintenance, operation and maintenance background, procurement and constructions, etc. So you guys can read through the background of this board of directors. I do see that they are very familiar with all these construction projects and how to engage governments, so-called the projects. Okay, so you guys can read through here. So now let's go to what we are looking at here. Okay? Oh yeah, by the way, from this page 65, you guys can go through again. I also work out that their net profit margin is around 9.6, and we go back to the first few slides or first few pages of the prospectus. Just let it load for a while. Oh, hold on. Let me see where's the slides. Okay, so here we are. Their net profit margin is between 9 to 10%. All in all, I think this is pretty good net profit margins here. So the more projects they can get, their earnings will get better as well. So now I'm just going to focus more attention on this. Okay, based on the earnings report that they have published, okay, what we are looking at is that based on the IPO price at 0.22 cents, 22 cents, we are looking at the PE ratios of 9.78 based on the assumptions earning I made earlier at 2.3 cents per share. So this is a very low PE ratios, okay, on a growth company like this. Okay, and if you are looking at the share price of 30 cents, assuming that the share price did go up when it start trading, let's say if you reach 13, the P had only reached maybe 13 or maybe close to 14. So it's still a very reasonable PE. So I do expect that the trading price to commence around 30 cents. But really, I'm not fortune teller, but I'm just doing my estimates. So if it does reach 35, I think this is very fair value for right now. So the investor may consider really letting go of shares if or not. So the P then we are looking at about 15 or 16. If it does reach 14, I think we are already a little high on the P ratios, because the dividend yield will really comes down, dwindling down to maybe 1%. So I think a 2% dividend yield on the IPO price looks pretty decent. Anything higher, you are not looking for dividend yield. You are basically looking for capital appreciation. So I'll give a lot of merits on the earnings and the net profit margins and the growth rates and a very good customer base from our government board. And not only that, they are strategically located in the sector where the country is increasing expenditure on this area. So all in all, I think this is a very good IPO to consider. So personally, I do expect to start trading at about 30 cents plus, and it may reach a ceiling of 40 cents. So I really do not know. So right now I'm just going to bring you guys to another point. Another blogger, okay, I always like to read his blog as well to see if we share the same opinion. So you guys can read through here. Okay, so he does share with you. Okay, what I'm interested is that he have did some homework as well, look at the peers valuation, but I'm just going to enlarge one. Okay, So the similar companies listed on the SGX, they are trading at the multiple range of a P/E ratio between 11 to 22 times. So right here, well, as for this blogger, he made a conservative PE range, so at between 12 to 15, the fair value of this share should be trading around this 26 to 32. And if you are trading more aggressively at 16 or 20 times PE ratios, well, the share price should be trading at 34 cents to 43 cents. So all in all, honestly, I could be expecting that this share, likewise, you do notice we do share similar opinion. That is, the share price could really trade between 34 cents to 43 cents on the good side. On the, let's say, on the bad market sentiment, they should be trading at least from 26 to 32 cents. So this company, this blogger think that this is very good stocks. Okay, well, personally, I do think that this is indeed quite a very good stocks to consider. So you guys should really consider to bid for these stocks. But nonetheless, this is just my view. You guys make your own decisions. Okay. So that's all I have to share with you for today. So I'm Reminder from Singapore. My name is Roland Pavicum. Roland Pavicum. Okay, you can locate me at the North Ridge Road, Raffles City. This is my address. If you do need a trading account and to start investing in any of the shares listed in the Singapore stock market, do drop me an email at rolandpbk@philip.com.sg. And that's all for today, folks. So see you once again. See you soon. Good night and goodbye.